Howdy-do, I'm Scout Finch, proud daughter of Atticus Finch and wife of Dill Harris. I believe America has headed in a new direction since my primary school days, and that we're on a highway to equality. Even though we'll never reach it, we've gotten close enough to it to be able to say that a black woman now legally obtains the same rights as a white man in the same situation as her. I believe in doing what's morally correct despite the stereotypes that society has imposed. I'm a journalist for the New York Times newspaper. I write an article every week for the opinion column. Currently, I'm an active member of the political community, attending rallies for Hubert Humphrey, the Democratic presidential candidate, in my free time, and supporting minority rights, including gay and bisexual rights. Dill and I also actively fight for an end to racial segregation. I'm not afraid to stand up for what I believe in, a fresh slate and equal opportunities for every person in my community, no matter what country they come from or the color of their skin. Whenever I'm not whisked away in my world of journalism, I spend time with my 6-year-old daughter, Kit, reading my favorite books, Sherlock Holmes books, to her. Dear Diary, it is July 2nd of 1964. A woman now has the same chance of obtaining a job as a man, and a black man now walks along a white man with no borders in between them. President Lyndon B. Johnson has enacted what we have all been waiting for, the Civil Rights Act. Finally, we have reached not only a point of maturity, but a point of our journey as a country in which we have started developing by helping each other instead of stepping on each other. About a year ago, Martin Luther King was poised at the top of the Lincoln Memorial, enunciating the legendary words that changed the country's mentality. I have a dream. That November, John F. Kennedy, another civil rights hero, was assassinated. But this did not assassinate our hopes. We did not need a human being to lead us, for we were being led by our own moral drive and hope. The group of people fighting for equal rights for all snowballed, growing larger and larger every rally there was, every incident caused by racism there occurred. This is the climax. This is it. If only Tom Robinson were watching over us right now, he would be so proud. His grandkids will be able to grow up in an atmosphere in which they have the ability to pursue any career they want and walk through any road and any pathway they desire to walk through to work. Not only that, but his granddaughters will have the same chance of obtaining a job as his grandsons. What more could you wish for than your grandkids being handed the opportunity to choose the life they want instead of being handed a life chosen for them? America, the land of the free, free at last. Cheering of ecstasy, Scout. I am now 40 years old. Since Tom Robinson's trial and the death of Bob Ewell, I believe I have matured and grown more aware of the world around me. I remember strolling around in my overalls as a young girl, disgusted at the lethargic and weak role of a woman. However, as I grew, I realized that being a woman does not mean sitting around looking dainty. It means fighting for your rights and being strong in the face of pain and struggle. And at the end of all that, still keeping your head up high. As I grew, I used my gender to my advantage. I was able to encourage the women around me to fight for our rights, such as our voting rights and our rights to be employed in any job. As a journalist, I wrote many articles on eliminating segregation and giving everyone free rights. For example, I helped by spreading the word about the Birmingham campaign last year in 1963, writing a front-page article about exactly what I thought about white police officers shooting innocent African Americans with high-pressured hoses during their peaceful protest. My advice for the younger generation is, don't ever let anyone tell you what you cannot do. Life is too short to live trapped in by society standards. Never settle for anything less than full rights of expression and freedom. There is always a way to change the tides.